you are an independent artist and you are looking to make money with sync licensing, you have found the right video. Stay tuned for an amazing amount of information on how to get your music out there and synced up with TV shows and films and beyond. So, yesterday, I was looking into sync licensing. So, as an artist that doesn't have a huge budget and doesn't want to do the touring, the stage performances, all of that stuff, how do you make money with your music? Well, there's this thing called sync licensing. And what sync licensing is where you take your music and you give it to a professional library, like, for instance, what's in front of us here, Crucial Music. You submit that music to them, then they look it over, they review it, and after they review it, and if they like the song and they find that they can put it in a movie or a TV show, then you get paid for it. So today I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to actually submit your music. And this is for all new beginners. Don't have a budget, don't plan on touring, just want to make music, are doing it for fun. All their music's in their hard drive. Now you have a place that you can put it and possibly get paid for all the music you've ever done. So if you have a catalog of music in your hard drive, this is perfect for you. I went through MusicBed, SoundTrader, all these places that are recommended. There is absolutely no one on that list that is allowing you to just submit your music freely without a payment, without jumping through a hoop, or without contacting customer service or sending an email. So I went through like maybe 10 or 12 hours of searching, and I didn't just search Google. I went out to Facebook. I searched the groups out there. I searched comment sections. I searched where people were actually getting deals from, and I ran across this company called Crucial Music. Crucial Music, you can see that these guys are trusted by these networks already, so that when they go to these networks, they can get the music that you have synced up if they like it, and you don't have to do all that work. We're an artist-friendly company dedicated to placing your music in blockbuster films, Emmy-winning shows, and big brand spots. With Crucial Music, you'll get a complete ownership of your music, which means you're not giving up your rights to your masters, which is very important for publishing. Access to the world's top music supervisors. So again, a music supervisor is someone who looks for music to bring to these networks. Top dollar for your music. Full transparency with tools to monitor your pitch activity and your royalties that you're making. And they also offer dedicated customer service. Now I'm going to click on this button right here. It says deal points. We're going to go over what the deal is that we're getting offered when we come here. So we're going to go to deal points. We want to break your music, not you. You have to own or control your own masters and publishing for the next 3 years and the renewal term. And you must be registered writer of either ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, or your country's performing rights organization, which is also known as a PRO. If you have co-writers, they also have to own their own publishing and be registered writers with the PRO, and they must sign off on the agreement as well. If you or your co-writers have an exclusive administration deal for your publishing with someone like Song Trust, Centric, Bug Music, Cherry Lane, TuneCore, EBA, or any other publishing entity, we cannot represent your catalog. If you or your co-writers have a full or co-publishing agreement with another publisher, we cannot represent your catalog. You own 100%. You do not lose or give up any ownership of the copyrights in the master recordings or the composition. If you give up your copyrights and your ownership of your masters, they can go out and they can sell copies of your records and not get in trouble for it and not get copyright strikes on it. They then own your record. Well, Crucial Music doesn't own anything. We own 100% of our music when it's submitted to them. Your deal with Crucial Music will not prohibit you from doing anything with your music. We can take our music from Crucial Music over to SongTrader, over to MusicBed, over to any other company, submit that music, and not have any worries about Crucial Music coming after us saying, well, you submitted your music to other companies. we can't work with you no longer. That is great. You will also be paid 100% writer's performance royalties directly from your performing rights organization for the uses we have generated for you. Crucial will be paid by the performing rights organization 100% publisher share for the uses we have generated for you, and only those uses. Crucial Music will never give your music away for free. There will never be any of those deals made. This agreement will last 3 years unless we receive a termination notice 60 days prior to expiration. The agreement will automatically renew for another 3 years. You will have to provide a full version, an instrumental version, which is like no lyrics on it whatsoever, no backing tracks, just the instrumental, just the music, and a clean version. So no swear words. They don't allow swear words, especially in TV production and that kind of thing, in movies and stuff. They don't really want swear words in your music. Have available upon request sheet music and stems for your songs. Now, stems for your songs is what is bounced out of a DAW, a digital audio workstation, where you take like separation of the drums, the bass, the vocals, the keys, the strings. It has to be a WAV file. It has to be a WAV file for the stems. It can be mixed and stacked in a DAW. So basically just separated stems of all of your files. All versions of your songs will be added to our online searchable database. All artists receive the same deal and sign the same standard agreement. There's no exceptions. The agreements are not modified. We will not accept any tracks with copyrighted samples. If you're getting samples from somebody, or you're taking samples and chopping them up and using them in your music right now, they will not accept that unless those copyrighted samples are cleared by either the publishing or the record label or the artist or the manager or whoever you have to go through to get those cleared. We will not accept any tracks made with an instrumental hook or beat purchased from an online service. Examples: BeatStars.com, SoundClick.com, Airbit.com, Sing2Piano, and on any royalty-free buyout samples, please read the license terms, as not all will allow unlimited use in film and television placements. For example, MakeHitMusic.com, RocketPro.com, and BeatStarts.com will not allow you guys to use unlimited use in film and TV. We will not accept any tracks recorded and filed with any union such as AFM, Musicians Union, SAG, AFRTA, or any other union in any country. And you also sign a moral waiver, which means you will not have approval rights on any uses. What that means is basically where your song ends up is where it ends up. You don't have any control of it. It's like if you don't want it on a certain Netflix show, you have no control of that. So make sure before you sign up, I don't care where my music goes as long as it gets into TV or film. So I'm going to click this button right here, sign up now. I've already filled all of this stuff out. I already have an account, but all you do is put your email address in there, your password, your full name, the artist, the band name. You have to choose a PRO. Now, if you're not signed up, okay, with one of these PROs, ASCAP or BMI are two of the most populars, or CSAC. If you're not signed up with one of these, you need to go over and register and then wait for the approval. It takes about 5 to 7 days to get approved. And once they go through and they find out that you have music online already, you'll be approved. No registration fee for BMI. When I signed up, this was years ago. So if you're not a member, you have to sign up. Once you do, you put that information in here. You're going to have an IPI number, very easy to get to. It'll be in the back of your dashboard when you sign up to BMI, when they allow you in there and they give you your password. And then you come down here, you fill out your address, your corporate name, private policy, and then you sign up. Now, once you sign up, you get an account. Let's log in. I have my account right here. I want to come up here to the left-hand corner, right next to the Crucial Music logo, right next to account, click submit. When you choose your submission type, an original composition is what you've recorded in the studio against a beat or something that you've produced yourself, and there's no co-writers. This is your song, you're submitting it, this is your ownership. If you have arrangements, like for cinematic arrangements, like orchestrations, string quartet, all that kind of stuff, that goes in the arrangement box. And then also, if you do cover songs, there is a deal. You can get your cover song to be put into the movies and the TV films, but there is some stipulations to that. I'm not going to go over that today. What I want to do is I want to focus on the original composition. So what we're going to do is we're going to click submit now. You are at your unreviewed submission limit. Okay. Come in here, and I'm going to show you one that I've already done. I'm going to do the one for anxiety. So starting at the top of the page, when this is the edit submission page, but this is literally the submission page. When you go to submit your first song, this is all the information that you're going to fill out all the way down to here. We're going to go through each one of these. so you understand how to fill out this and how to get your music submitted to Crucial Music. This was the only place. Now listen, there's probably other places out there, but I couldn't find them, and I searched for like 10 to 12 hours to find places that would accept music outright from the computer from independent artists without having to pay anything, without having to email them, without having to go to the customer support or anything like that. You're going to give the title of your song, which in this case is Anxiety, the artist of whoever wrote the song, which is Drama, me. Then it's going to ask you, does the song contain samples or interpolations from any other artists or copyrighted songs? Example, you sampled portions of Flo Rida's latest single. And then if you didn't, you're going to hit no, like I did, because there's no samples in the song Anxiety. Does the song contain samples from a buyout package? When you're producing music and you get sample packages and you get sample kits, those are considered a buyout package. You're buying them. It's a package of sounds. They want to know, are there those types of sound bites in your music? If there's not, you click no. Was the song recorded with the union's musicians? The recording sessions was files with the AFM or Country Musicians Union. Again, the song was recorded at my home studio without the union's musicians. So you click no there as well. Does the song contain an instrumental, hook, or beat purchased from an online service like BeatStars.com, SoundClick.com, Airbit.com, or Sing to Piano? Again, no. This was a fully produced track from my producer. Click on no right there. If you do, or if you have purchased a beat, you need to go read the terms of service for that beat and that license agreement to make sure that you can actually use it in TV and film, because a lot of the times they won't allow that. They'll allow it to be sold commercially, but they won't allow it to be put on TV and film because then they're missing out on money, and they wouldn't do that. Was the song generally, partially, substantially, or wholly using artificial intelligence music generators, AI? So if you're going through Suno or another AI system, you've done nothing with the beat, you haven't took it into the DAW and recreated it and added new drums and all this other stuff. If you have anything in there that's AI driven or AI created, then you're going to have to click yes there. And I don't know what happens when you do that. I'm not sure if they're allowing that yet on TV and film. Since this was created and produced by my producer, I had to say no. The beats per minute, it's optional, but definitely put it in there, because I think it helps them to figure out like how fast or slow the song is and where they can actually add it into a TV commercial or a film. So beats per minute is definitely a very important piece of data that I would definitely put in there for the metadata. And then you're going to choose tempo below that. They give you fast, medium, slow, medium, up. So basically, is it medium and then it starts to speed up? And then NA, of course, not applicable, slow, up, so it speeds up as it starts to go, or various, like it's various speeds, various BPMs. After that, you have era. So when was it created? Was it created for the 1500s, 1600s? They go all the way up to the 2020. They even have medieval and mid-ages, because, you know, there's a ton of medieval movies out there. So they want to know, like, what was it made for? So make sure that you choose the right date for that. If you're doing popular music in this era right now in 2025, definitely choose the 2020s. Next up is orchestration. I put pop band, because when you go through this, there's a whole slew of stuff that you can choose. It's not an acapella, doesn't have accordions in it. It's not just an acoustic assemble. I mean, there's a ton of different choices here that you can make. But since I make country, rap, and pop music, pop band is what I would be considered. So I'm going to add pop band to that. You can go through here and add whatever it is that you are as a musician or a band, and make sure you check the right box, because all of this stuff helps them to determine where they can put your music. Then you have to choose your instruments. There's a ton of instruments to choose from. Again, pick the instrument that best fits your song. And what I had to do was basically listen to the song over and over and over and kind of pick out the elements that my producer put in there to figure out, okay, there's a synth bass in there, and there's electric guitar in the song Anxiety. There's also real drums in that. So you have to pick out exactly what's in that song. And it helps them, because when they come through and they're doing in their search database, they're going, okay, we need a song with an electric guitar in it and drums. Well, now you have 2 check marks right there. Does it have a French horn? Does it have a gabana? Does it have a glass bowl? Does it have a hand drum, hand claps, harmonica? They get really fine detail here, so make sure you go through here and pick the correct instruments that are in your song. You're going to pick one genre, and then you're going to also have subgenres right here. So again, I'm a pop artist. This is pop music. It's not just hip hop. in R&B. Be very careful with that. If you're making a pop song, that doesn't mean just Justin Bieber or whatever like that, but it's more geared towards pop than R&B and hip hop. You want to choose pop for that. Otherwise, if you're rock or religious, you're making gospel music or anything like that, electronic dance music, so EDM is dance right here, the blues, classical, country. But if you're doing country rap, it's not country, it's going to be pop. So just keep that in mind. And then let's see here. So then your subgenre, they have a ton of different subgenres right here. I picked alternative pop and hip hop because it's country rap. So hopefully that helps you guys out right there. Then the mood selection, they want moods because they're trying to fit this in commercials. They're trying to fit this in films. They're trying to fit this in TV shows. There's all kinds of, documentaries, reality TV series, and there's all kinds of different music that needs to be placed inside these films, inside these TV shows and these commercials. So make sure you go through here. And for anxiety, it's very bouncy. It's very bright. It's a confident song. It's content. It's cool. It's hopeful, it's dynamic, it's positive, it's uplifting because I'm telling people how it feels to have anxiety, but giving them hope that they can get through it. And it's a cheerful song. It's a very motivating song. Definitely put your moods and choose the correct ones on that. Next up, we have lyrical themes. What is it? What's it about? What's your song about? Is it about addiction? Is it about alcohol? Is it about anti-school, society, beauty, betrayal, celebration, children, death, depression, dreams? What is it about? This song is basically about the life that you live with the emotions that you feel and the depression that can come into your heart and to your emotions, and they can screw up with your emotions. So this song basically is leaning towards that more, so that's why I chose that. Make sure you choose the correct lyrical theme. Next, it's asking for lead. Lead means who is the lead in the song. So if you're the lead in the song and you're a singer, R&B singer, you're a female singer, a male singer, whatever, make sure that you choose that. Now, if you have a male and female number one artist of the song, then make sure you choose that as well. There's all kinds of them to choose from here. Choir, children's choir, choir and orchestra, instrumental. So make sure you choose the correct lead. Then your styles, make sure that you get this right. My style is more geared towards like Flo Rida, Pitbull, NF, Eminem, Post Malone, G-Eazy, that kind of style. Because again, I'm country and rap mixed together, and this is more of a pop flavor than country. This is more of a pop song than country. Even though I do country rap, make sure that you're putting in the different bands and different artists that sound like what you're doing in your song. And then make sure you have a really good description. I said my song is a powerful anthem about battle with anxiety, how it creeps into the mind, takes control of the body, and weighs heavy on the soul. It captures the emotional chaos and silent struggles many face daily. With raw lyrics and intense cinematic sounds, this track speaks directly to anyone who's ever fought to stay in control. This gives them a really good idea of where they can put the music right away, because when you have good descriptions like this, it's easier for them to place your song. Even when you put the lyrics in, which is what we're going to go through next, I did not check if the song contained explicit lyrics or curse words, because there is no curse words in it. There is no lyrical or vocal notes to be said about this song. If we scroll down here, you can see I have all of the lyrics in here. And the way that you do it is you want to capitalize all of the first letters in here. That helps them to be able to easily read it better. You want to definitely put in all of the choruses. Don't just put one chorus in and then put like ×5. You want to actually put everything in that the song from start to finish. Even if you have a talk track in the beginning, you want to add those lyrics in there because they need to know exactly where your song fits in to their TV show or their film. So be very, very careful with how you do your lyrics. And definitely put them in, because I know that they're going to read these and go, okay, this really absolutely makes sense to the show that we're working on right there. And see that I had a typo right there? I'm glad I came in here and edited it. So feeling really woozy, not woozy. So yes, this is definitely important. Lyrics are super, super important. And that is why they have these available. And if you do not put your lyrics in and you go to submit, it will ask you for the lyrics. So make sure if you haven't got your lyrics, if you forgot them, if they're not written down somewhere, to write them down. And again, capitalize all of the first lines. Don't have to capitalize anything else. just capitalize this first letter right here in every line. Hopefully that helps you. When it comes to track versions, it says please type the track lengths for various versions of the song you have available. You will always fill in the main time even if your track is purely instrumental. For vocal songs, if you have an instrumental version, which is no vocal, enter the time in the instrumental field. If you have a vocal stem, vocals without the music, enter the time in the vocal stem field. If your song has curse words, you have a clean version, enter the time in the clean field. For instrumental tracks, if you have a version without the lead instrumental, please enter the time in the reduced field. My song is 3 minutes and 5 seconds long, but the instrumental is 3 minutes and 10 seconds long. And so also my vocal stem, which is just my vocals without any music whatsoever, is also 3 minutes and 10 seconds long. Now, if you have and are working with a producer or you're working inside a DAW, you can do the track outs on these so you can bounce them down. You just take away your vocals and then you just bounce out just a clean version without any vocals. That's going to be your instrumental. If you take away the music and just leave your vocals, that's going to be a vocal stem. And your main is going to be your main song. How long it is, which one is out on the streaming platforms right now, how long that one is. That's what you need. And then if you have a clean version, which this is the clean version, so there's no need to put clean here because it would just be 305. But if you have a clean version and an unclean version, what is the time, length, and duration of that one too as well? And then for composers, there's a new requirement which requires e-contracts for all new submissions. You're signing contracts electronically. That's how they do things. So they'll send it to you. You'll use like PDF. I use PDF Expert, and you'll be able to just go in there, be able to put your signature on there electronically. You have to actually sign these contracts electronically, or else you won't be able to submit your music, or they won't accept it. The composers, here's my BMI number. It's been blocked out so that I don't know what people could do with it. Also, my email, that's been blacked out as well. And then your share ratio of how much you own of that song, which, again, I own 100% of it. Now, I am doing work with my producer, and when I get paid, I will pay him. Right now, just as being placed for sync licensing, me and him are doing this as a team, so it's going to go underneath my name, underneath my PRO. And then, finally, you choose your file, and as you can see, got my final master up here. You're going to use the MP3, not the WAV file. Do not give them your master track. Give them the mastered version of the MP3, not your master, not your actual master. That's what you do. And then we can click here. Now this would say submit instead of update submission, but I'm just going to hit update submission all the way up at the top. Now, if this was brand new, it would say submission was successfully sent. Okay? Dead Inside, Please Forgive Me, and Anxiety have been uploaded, and they are in the status of awaiting for review. Now, I don't know how long this takes. This is the first time I've ever done this. But like I said, this is the first company that I ran across that was not asking for a fee, did not need it coming from a major record label to actually submit this music. If you are looking and you are serious about making money with your music, and you don't have a budget and you don't have a huge following, this would be the first company that I recommend. It's highly recommended on other pages. Let me show you something real quick here. I'm going to type in sync licensing. I recommend this group right here. I joined this group under the sync. Real advice, networking. It's a group by the Billboard 500. You could see there's a lot of people here that know what they're talking about, but this right here is why I went to Crucial Music. This is a song that got put into this film, Anora, which won 5 Academy Awards for Best Director, Best Film Editing, Best Actress in a Leading Role, Best Original Screenplay. And when you come down here, in the comment section, what sync agency was this through? It was through Crucial. If we click on this reply right here, Crucial Music. So this is how you get the information that you need. You have to go out, you have to search for it. It's not just out there. You can't just type in Google, because they're going to give you a whole bunch of companies that don't accept you to submit music. So I hope this has helped you out. If it has, please subscribe, like the channel. There'll be more videos. I know I've been doing a lot of videos right now without my face in it. I will have my face back in the videos, but right now I wanted to go over this. I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to submit your music, to get it at least reviewed, to see if you're in the right path for your music to be able to get out there. Because when you put it out on sync licensing, let me tell you something, you can grow a massive audience. I mean, think about it. This song that they didn't even understand what they were going to do. They just submitted it and seen what happened. It was picked for this movie, which then went out and got 5 Academy Awards. Think about the audience that guy has now because of what he submitted, the music that he submitted. So just remember that when you're out here and you're putting your music out here and you're making your music all the time, there is real opportunity for independent artists who don't have a major following, who have no budget to, have the best recordings and this and that. If you create something that's unique and you're confident about it, submit it to Crucial Music. I guarantee you're going to thank me later. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and comment. And again, guys, I wish you all the success in music. There is so many different ways to skin a cat in this game now. It's not just about touring, signing with the record label, or any of that. So always remember that you have the upper hand as an artist, as an independent artist, and places like Crucial Music can help you out.